Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Report. Tonight, we are recapping the week's nerdy news from Coruscant to Eternia and everywhere in between. Fuck ice. My name is Mike Gibson, and with me, as always, is Steve Haller. What's up, Steve?
I don't know why we're coming from Coruscant, because we didn't see Coruscant.
We didn't see Coruscant?
No, that is a new planet made up for the Maul Shadow Lord series that we are going to be seeing in April. And we'll be talking about the trailer as it, well, I guess as the show progresses. I don't know where the hell it is in the rundown, because why would I listen to, or why would I read the rundown, Mike? I haven't done it in 3 years. Why start now?
It is number one.
There we go.
So you nailed it. But if we didn't have to shout out our friends and sponsors at Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, we could have blasted right into a trailer for Shadow Lord. But we do have to shout out our friends and sponsors, Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, now reopen in Camillus, New York.
No longer
now that
underwater.
Their water main break has been sorted. They're out from underwater, and still open, never closed up at the Cicero location. Although I do believe they did close.
They were closed today because, well, you know, we're in the middle of we're living in Hoth currently, so that was actually, what was it, 2 nights ago? So I was up north in the middle of the Adirondacks when the real cold snap hit. Can confirm my tauntaun froze before the first marker. Yeah, it was -24 is a rough temperature, sir.
And did you see Han Solo in hell?
No, but I started seeing visions of Kenobi, so shit got really weird up there.
Nice.
God. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you survived and made it back unfrozen.
Absolutely.
Carbonite or otherwise. Steve is unfrozen. But yes, as Steve mentioned earlier, we are talking about some Star Wars stuff. Not as much Star Wars stuff we talked about last week. Last week, heavy on the Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
If you missed that, go check out our discussing the exiting of Kathleen Kennedy from Lucasfilm. If you want to hear us bash her and talk about how she ruined Star Wars, then you should not listen to that, because we don't do that, because she didn't. We're also talking about some DC stuff tonight. Another trailer for a property that we don't talk about too much on this show, but because they don't do too much with this property, but maybe that could change. Comic stuff, all that wonderful business. But we're starting off with the aforementioned trailer for a new Star Wars animated series entitled Maul Shadow Lord. This was announced this past May the 4th. Am I correct?
Yep. Yeah, they did a no, was it May the 4th or was it during Celebration? Because I know they had a panel with Witwer.
I don't remember.
They had a panel with Sam Witwer, who, if anyone doesn't know Sam Witwer, he does the voice for Darth Maul. And he had a full feature panel at Celebration on it. So whether it was announced before or after or whatever, I know it's definitely been in the works for a bit now.
I think you're right. It was Celebration. I just forgot that they had a Celebration last year. Because I feel like there wasn't a ton of big news that came out of it. This is probably the biggest thing that came out of it.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. There were not, as far as announcements.
Yeah,
there was no.
There was some
movie or something. There was no movie announcements or anything like that. But this show was
right. It was basically this, and then Gosling and Levy coming out for Starfighter.
Right, talking about Starfighter. Yeah, for sure. I think they told us the name of that movie. That was They told us it was called Star Wars Starfighter. That was the thing. That came out, yeah. But we already knew that movie was being made. But anyway. Trailer for Maul Shadow Lord. We found out it's also going to be debuting April 6th on Disney Plus. My guess is it's going to be like a weekly rollout, similar to all the other animated Star Wars stuff that has been on Disney Plus since the acquisition of Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
I only watched this trailer once, and I meant to rewatch it today before the pod, and I didn't. So you may be more, as far as details, have more to say about it. And I'm sure I'll remember some stuff, but my biggest takeaway from this trailer is that the Lucasfilm style of animation,
Mhm.
which started with the 2008 Clone Wars animated movie, going into the Clone Wars series, spinning off into Rebels. Rebels was a slightly different like designs, I guess, but still like the same similar kind of like 3D animation and like character design
Yeah, it was
techniques.
more of a development. Like, well, it may have looked different on the actual animation part. Like the movement was very similar. It was
Yes.
in that same style.
Characters were designed in the same kind of way. They
Yep.
looked similar. Yes. Uh, this trailer for Maul Shadowlord, that animation style just looks incredible.
It
looks
works.
better than it ever has ever. And I remember like thinking, watching like the Bad Batch, especially the last like 2 seasons of Bad Batch, being like, holy shit, this looks so good. Like I think the thing that I said while I was watching Bad Batch, the thing that I kept thinking about was like, whatever I'm looking at right now, it could be a person, it could be a ship, it could be like a rock or something on screen. Like that, I would say that doesn't look like that doesn't look real, but it looks like I could touch it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I
No.
know that doesn't exist, but it looks like a physical thing in whatever dimension I am watching this show into. And that it's just built and built and built over the years. They just keep getting better and better and better at executing this style of animation.
Yeah.
But also this being a radically different kind of show featuring radically different characters than something like the Bad Batch. This is like a dark side force user, on, like you said, like a planet that was invented for this. So like the lighting is different, like the colors are different. There's a double-sided lightsaber being like thrown around through multiple stormtroopers at the end. Like the palette is different, but the animation is the same, and the animation is just through the roof. It's like it looks like Lucasfilm animation meets like Spider-Verse animation style, or like colors and things like that. The way they're executing things just looks outstanding. Like I couldn't believe how good the animation looked in this trailer. That's my biggest takeaway.
And
from a trailer that I thought was excellent.
Right. And we had seen it evolve through all the tales too.
That's true. That's a great point. Tales of the most recent one. Again, insanely crime against my Star Wars fandom. I have not watched Tales of the Underworld yet.
Right.
But I remember thinking the same thing on Tales of the Empire.
Right. Because I remember Tales of the Empire or Tales of the Jedi came out first, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great.
So when we're looking at those stories through that lens, and you're like, oh, this looks like that Clone Wars animation, but it's not. Like they definitely have dusted it up a little. And then it almost felt like every year. I also somehow have not seen Tales of the Underworld.
What is stopping me from watching?
Yeah,
I don't know.
even
nothing.
Even watching like Tales of the Empire, it was just like, huh. They improved it even more. Okay, cool.
Specifically, I remember the episodes with what's her face?
Barra Sophie?
She's in the No, the other one.
Morgan
that ends
Elsbeth?
Morgan Elsbeth. Yeah, I knew it was like an M name. It's like one of those times where like most Star Wars names are just like weird otherworld names, and every once in a while you get a Luke or you get a Morgan.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So I was in my brain was like, it's got to be a weird Star Wars name, but I know it starts with an M. No, just an Earth name.
Yep.
Regular Earth name. Yeah, I remember the Morgan Elsbeth ones knocking me out because that started with her younger escaping the Dathomir.
Yeah.
The massacre on Dathomir of the witches. So like, and I remember that being like, holy shit, this looks incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And now it just seems like they're taking that to the next level with this, at least for this trailer. Looks incredible. Now, other than the double-sided lightsaber slicing its way through multiple people as he throws it around the room, what are some other things that we got from this trailer that we loved? Certainly some other Force users.
Yeah.
being a part of this trailer. I read that there's supposed to be other Jedi who has survived Order 66.
So, and this, a lot of people have had trouble with the fact that Jedi survived Order 66, but this is set in 19 BBY. Like, this is right after the Empire becomes the Empire, and Vader hasn't gone through his purge yet.
Right.
Like, we just saw him slaughter younglings. Now he's going to find people.
Yeah. Not every Jedi was at the temple. Not every Jedi was on Coruscant. Not every Jedi was leading a battalion of clone troopers into war where they could easily be taken out and shot. Like, there were thousands of Jedi throughout the entire galaxy.
Obi-Wan didn't need to broadcast a galaxy-wide message if they were all sitting at the temple having tea.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I mean, the planet you mentioned is Janix is the name of the planet.
Okay.
You're right, very Coruscant feel. I had looked it up because I wanted to know if it was Coruscant. And lo and behold, it is a new planet that they basically put into the show. So it very Nell Hut. Actually, you know what? When you look at pictures and screens of Nell Hutta, which has been depicted in enough Star Wars media via video games or whatever, which is where the Hutts have effectively taken over. It kind of has that kind of feel to it, that dark underworld, gritty,
for sure.
Still very, very lit with neon lights and whatnot, similar to where on Coruscant when they were in the chase with oh God, what's the bounty hunter's name? The changeling.
Oh, I don't remember the name.
God,
of the bounty hunter.
I'm gonna kick myself. But either way, those levels of Coruscant, it kind of had that style of feel to it.
That's what I assumed. I assumed it was underground Coruscant style. You know. And yes, I think I think it would be confusing for the ways that Lucasfilm has used this character of Maul. I completely understand how it is confusing for people to not know when this is happening, when this is taking place. Because if you've only seen the movies, then you're like, wait, he got cut in half, but he's to get back together in Solo. What is that? And then you're like, well, in Clone Wars, he had robot legs, but then he is
he was mildly insane.
Not even Clone Wars. If you just watch Rebels, you're like, I thought he was dead.
Right.
But you're like, yeah, this takes place between everything else. In
well,
Clone Wars,
imagine seeing Rebels without seeing Clone Wars, and you're like, oh, he just got new legs, and it's like, no, well, he was a spider in between. Well, he was nuts with giant horns coming out of his head, and talking in tongues, and he's had a wild ride at this point.
Wild ride for sure. And he just keeps coming back. Is this too much, Maul? Is this too much?
You know what? I think one of the main reasons I'm okay with it is because of the hanging participle we got at the end of Solo. Of like, we know there's more story somewhere.
Sure.
And how he got to there is like, okay. Or where he went from there, or you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't already set up in the timeline and we're just being thrown into something, it's like, all right, cool. But we know he's been tied into these criminal organizations. We know, he has, spoiler alert for a show from 6 years ago, at least, he has the showdown with Kenobi and Tatooine.
Yeah.
Which, if you have, anyone who's seen Rebels, go back and watch that episode again.
I know.
Because every time it's like, wow, they did it. They did it right.
We're at the end of season 3. We have like 2 more episodes of season 3 with my son. And then season 4 is so great, but also like scary and sad and heartbreaking and fucking weird
all
at the
the
same
emotions.
time.
All of the emotions. Yeah.
I'm wondering how he's going to deal with that stuff. But
dude, I can't imagine his reaction to either Twin Sons or Kanan's death.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, wow.
Yeah, he's not gonna like that. He's not gonna like that at all. Because hey, Neither do I.
Yeah.
Kanan's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Top 5 Star Wars character for me, I think.
It's crazy when you think about, if I had to name my top 5 Star Wars characters, at least 2 of them are animated.
2 of mine are TV shows. One's animated, one's not, at least. 2 of mine are TV shows.
Okay. Well, I guess one of mine has been represented, both animated and not. Originally animated.
Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the 5th one. My 4 are Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Cassian Andor,
okay,
and Kanan Jarrus. There's a 5th one in there somewhere. It could be likely Leia.
Yeah. If you'd have told me 2 years ago even that Cassian Andor would have cracked my top 10, let alone been on the verge or in my top 5.
Yeah, incredible.
Between Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna, like, it's just, that is a combination for the ages.
Yeah. And hey, Luthen Rail is nominated for an Academy Award for this movie that he was in.
Completely deservedly.
Did you know that Luthen Rail is an actor?
Yes.
He's not, when he's not leading the rebellion, he's an actor.
Yep.
He's been in the Thor movies.
He played Stellan Skarsgård in a couple of movies.
Yep.
Which did you? Apparently, he was holding on to his robes from his role as Luthen when he found out. I saw that on social media. He was clutching his robes from
when he found out he was nominated for an
Oscar?
Oscar?
There was some weird something going. I'm like, huh, that's cool. It might have been random trash, but it was just like, yeah, okay, cool. There's a tie.
I also watched a movie. The Oscar nominations did come out earlier this week. There's not really any big nerd winners or nominees that I can, off the top of my head, I would have noted it. I mean,
ancillarily Sinners, but not a nerd movie.
Yeah. Sinners is a incredible film. And horror, which is cool. Actually, a lot of horrors nominated. Like Frankenstein has got a lot of noms, and like one of the actresses from Weapons got like a best actress nomination. Yeah.
Huh. It was a big year for horror.
It was for sure. But so I watched I'm trying to watch all the Best Picture nominees that I haven't seen. One of them is a movie called Train Dreams, which stars the Owen Lars, Uncle Owen himself.
Really? Joel Edgerton?
Yeah. Joel Edgerton. And he is married in that movie to Jyn Erso.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Incredible movie, beautiful movie. I will tell you, also devastating. I recommend it, but I'll never watch it again.
This is just not. It's not a thing.
It was like beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But it's beautiful in the way that, like, you know how life is like really sad and heartbreaking and temporary, but sometimes in those moments it shows you how beautiful life is. There was that kind of movie. Like, dude, when I tell you I was fucking sobbing at the end of the movie, I can't tell you. It was crazy.
So definitively,
I was like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen, and I'll never watch it again because it wrecked me. Yeah.
It's on the like Schindler's List of like, that was an amazing movie. I'm not sitting down with a bucket of popcorn rewatching that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Star Wars?
Weird.
Star Wars.
Well, like you said, you had the tie between Felicity Jones and Joel Edgerton, and we brought it around.
If you want to watch a movie where Uncle Owen is married to Jyn Erso, then you can watch Train Dreams. But,
I won't be able to unsee that if I watch that movie now. Thank you.
Oh, and also, there's a small part from Fern's mom from Skeleton Crew is also in it. So there's 3 Star Wars people.
Deep cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think the last thing we were talking about was, is this too much Maul? Right?
Yeah.
And I think I can see it both ways, because I guess you and I have talked about this before, where like Star Wars for the last, I don't know, since they stopped making movies, and before, but certainly since they stopped making movies, Star Wars has been really more interested in like plugging holes in its timeline
Yeah.
than it is interested in advancing that timeline at all. And some of that's fun. Like if you like Rebels, like you can give me like a unique story about characters that I don't know.
Mhm.
It doesn't interfere with anything that is happening, but it's like an original thing. Great. You know, Mandalorian's kind of the same way. Um, but at the same time, we were just talking about this with Ahsoka. I think last week we were talking about this, where it's like, I don't need to see every moment of this character's
Yeah.
life. I I don't. And like the more this is what we were saying last week. The more you have Ahsoka pop up in this place in the timeline, this place in the timeline, it makes me question why she's not in other parts. Why
Right.
isn't she, where is she in Return of the Jedi? Why
Yep.
isn't she fighting the Empire? Where is she on the Attack on Starkiller Base? And of course, the answer to that question is she wasn't created when they filmed Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
so she's not there. She was an afterthought and plugged in the timeline later. So like, and she's a TV character before they were bringing those in. Like maybe they would have put her in Force Awakens now if they're making that now, but guess what? They already didn't do that. So
Yeah.
So it brings up these questions.
And
And
with
I don't need to see every part of Ahsoka's life. I don't need to see every part of Maul's life. However, we know that there's a definitive end other
Right.
than Ahsoka. Like Ahsoka is like open ended. How long does her species live? We were talking about this last week.
Right.
Is she still alive when we hear her voice in Rise of Skywalker, or is that Force ghost stuff? Like, is she commuting through the Force or whatever? Like, at least with Maul now, we've thought this before, but it seemingly he has a definitive ending.
Right.
So my thought is that this is the last Maul thing we're going to get. Like this series will run for 2 or 3 seasons probably, and then we'll probably never see Maul again, which to me will be fine because I
Yeah.
don't need like a prequel. I don't need to see how Maul became evil, seduced to the dark side. I don't need that. I
There's
don't
actually
want it either.
comics about that, but
Yeah.
The thing with this story as well is that it's an area of the timeline where there's not a lot there.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
between the Rise of the Empire and Rebels, you've got space to play.
It'll be this and Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Right?
And Solo.
And that's one of the things that I did like.
No,
And
Solo
yeah.
would have been right in the. Solo was probably right around the time of Rebels, like the beginning of Rebels.
I was going to ask you when Solo. I don't know when Solo takes place.
Yeah.
Like how far after Order 66 is Solo? Because the Empire is firmly established in Solo. It's not like they're getting up and running. They got Star Destroyers, they got Stormtroopers, they got everything. They're cracking down. They're attacking.
Okay, so yeah, so this was approximately Solo was 10 to 13 BBY. So somewhere around 10 years. Okay. So it was like 5 years before Rebels.
5 years before Rebels.
A couple years after this.
Okay.
Andor was 5 BBY.
Yeah.
Kenobi, right. This would be coinciding with Bad Batch.
Right.
All happening kind of in that same timeline.
Interesting. So there's like potential for other characters to show up, I guess. Characters like Saw Gerrera or like another character that like we know from probably other animated shows could pop up in this, I guess. But you're right. It is an area that isn't really filled in as much in the timeline besides something like Bad Batch. But again, the Bad Batch is just like one story for these one characters, and it doesn't really have anything to do with like the underground crime ring on Janix.
Right.
Know? So, as much as I am on the fence on like, I don't need to see every moment of a character's life. I do think he's an interesting enough character to hold his own series, and it's an interesting enough part of the Star Wars timeline where something I liked about Bad Batch is like seeing the Empire get up and running, seeing the Empire switch over from clones to human stormtroopers, like stuff like that.
Right. Which
I
we
think there's a way we could see similar things, maybe not Empire related, because it seems like this is going to be more like underground stuff related, but it seems like we can see more developments like that of the transition between the Republic to the Empire, which I will be interested in.
and we
for sure.
did in this see the TK armor for stormtroopers.
That's true. That's right.
For anyone who didn't catch that, that's the armor when they were still like when they were transitioning from the clone troopers to, traditional stormtroopers. We saw it in the Bad Batch primarily. Also very similar to the helmet that when Ezra was at the academy pretending to be a cadet with Wedge. And who else was with Wedge?
I can't remember the kid's name.
Was it Jansen? No. Maybe it was. I think it might have been Wedge and somebody that was made up for the show.
I think it was someone that, because that kid is like a pretty big character, like in that episode at least.
Yeah.
And comes back, right?
Later on, yeah.
Because it's like Ezra and Wedge escape,
and he's still there. Yeah,
he stays there. Yeah. Anyway, Maul Shadowlord. Check out the trailer. I think it looks great. Is there anything else you want to say about Maul Shadowlord?
So, couple things. The Twi'lek. Do you think that will end up by the end of this being Maul's new apprentice?
I do.
Yeah.
That's going to be Darth Talon.
So that's a weird one because by the old canon, Darth Talon was like 110 years after this.
Oh, okay.
So she was Star Wars Legacy, which is like Cade Skywalker, which was Luke's great grandson, and the whole nine, like 120 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So if they do, it would kind of be a canon bend of trying to fit that into wherever. But, that said.
I mean, I just heard people talking about Darth Talon after I saw this trailer, and so I kind of was like putting the two together. I didn't read any like firm stuff about that character becoming Darth Talon, which is a character I know next to nothing about other than how she looks. But I would say that my guess is whether or not Darth Talon is in this show. My guess is that he will take an apprentice because he seemed, despite not quite being a Sith anymore. Yeah, there she is.
Twi'lek,
there she is.
Dark Side Sith Lord.
Yep.
Of course, they're gonna immediately connect the dots.
Of course. I can see him wanting an apprentice because he's pretty. By the time he gets to Ezra, he's pretty desperate to have Ezra as his apprentice. So, despite Maul not being, not technically being Sith anymore, he still is trained in the let's get two people and team up and take over together kind of rule. He's got
kind of all he knows
on the brain. Yeah, it's all he knows. Exactly. Yeah. Whether it's him and Savage or him and Ezra or whatever, he's like trying to get a partner to take over.
In his brain, his options are rule of two or crazy witches. Like that's what he's got.
Yeah. Right. That's right. I don't have a good segue for this. I was trying to segue. How do you segue Darth Maul into the...
One more thing on Maul.
Oh, okay.
Did you catch the Death Watch troopers throughout? Like smattered in. The Mandalorians in a like there was 4 or 5 different shots of Mandalorians.
Wait, do you mean like the Maul troopers? Maul DeLoreans or Death Watch?
Well, Death Watch spin-off into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I did, although that's not surprising to me that there would still be people that are loyal to him.
So there's one shot. There's one shot that he's talking to a female Mandalorian. Like you see the armor, and then you see like a bob haircut, and immediately I saw it. I'm like, Sabine, and then I thought about it, and not Sabine, but Rook Cast from his original. But basically she was effectively his Ace Super Commando.
Right.
So
Wow.
we're probably going to get a little more Mandalorian in this.
Well, because he was basically like, Ahsoka went to Mandalore to arrest him and did.
Yeah.
But he was in control of Mandalore at the
Yeah.
time. There was a siege of Mandalore. So like it would make so much sense for there to be Maldalorians that are still loyal to him there, because I'm sure not all of them were taken out, not all of them were arrested or whatever.
Right.
Sorry. So yeah, that would make all the sense in the world that he would still have loyal people, loyalists that are there to back him up no matter what he's doing. So
Yep.
cool. Looking forward to it. April, be here before we know it.
It really will.
Something else that we got a first look at this week, not in the Star Wars land.
Well, we're still in space.
We're still in space for sure. And I'm kind of surprised that this didn't come with like a full second trailer. I'm surprised they didn't like hold off on this. And I guess part of me is wondering why they chose now to release the first footage of Jason Momoa as Lobo in the Supergirl movie. James Gunn posted 2 short videos on social media this week. One trailer with a cigar in his mouth, and whoever is filming, he's walking towards the camera. The camera's like backing up as he's like getting into like a car or something. And the camera operator is saying like, what can you say about playing Lobo in the DCU? And he says, finally. And then it cuts to Lobo, him as Lobo in the Supergirl movie, driving his cool motorcycle, running over people. There's flames, there's fire, there's him laughing and chomping on a cigar. There's also the second video is kind of like a short clip of stuff we saw in the Supergirl trailer with that footage that I just talked about kind of integrated into that. Both are very cool.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to like have an opinion or like talk about like how he looks or whatever, because he just fucking looks like Lobo.
Right.
It's just Lobo. He looks perfect.
I was going to say there are no perfect castings, but this is pretty gosh darn close.
There are a few perfect castings, and this might be one of them. there are a few perfect castings. Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, perfect casting.
Well, yeah, he had to play himself.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying.
Actually, well, I guess Momoa is too, so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I feel like Jason Momoa is probably a significantly better human being than Lobo is a space, whatever the hell he is.
Yeah, that's true. I'm blanking on his species name. I think it starts with a Z. But I think canonically, Lobo is the last of his own kind because he murdered all the other ones.
He's a Zarnian.
So, Zarnian.
Technically, it starts with a C.
Okay, yes.
But it looks like it's silent.
Z, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really have a take. He just looks like picture Lobo. Google what Lobo looks like, and that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
It kind of confirms that I think he's going to be great in this, and he's super excited to do it. I hope that I don't know how big of a role he's going to have in the Supergirl movie, because like we've talked about, he's not in the graphic novel Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which you should all read because it's incredible. My wife just read it and it knocked her out.
Mm-hmm.
Made me want to read it again. So yeah, he's out there. Go look it up. Jason Momoa as Lobo. You can find it now.
And if you Google it and accidentally come across some footage from the 70s and Peter Criss and Ace Frehley, it looks like he could be the 5th member of that band.
It's true. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, Kiss featuring Lobo.
Actually,
pretty cool.
Now that I say that, okay. No, it's basically if you took Simmons's makeup and just connected it instead of having the lines up.
Right. Yes.
I was like, why does it look so similar to that? Oh yeah, because it's
Simmons. Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Very, very cool. Something else that was going on in DC land. It has been confirmed that Christina Hodson, writer extraordinaire, is currently working on DCU Brave and the Bold film. Now, Brave and the Bold is a movie that was announced by James Gunn very early on when he made his first original announcement, when he announced a movie called Superman Legacy that isn't called that anymore, when he announced a movie called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow that isn't called that anymore, when he announced a Swamp Thing movie that we haven't heard anything about, when he announced a Booster Gold TV show we haven't heard anything about, then he announced a Themyscira TV show we haven't heard anything about. He also announced a Brave and the Bold film, which we do occasionally hear things about, although all the things we hear, none of them are, it's actually greenlit and getting made. But people are very excited about a Brave and the Bold film because it is a Batman movie. It is a Batman and Robin movie. And if nerds get excited about one thing, it's Batman, everybody. So before, just real quick tangent, Steve. How likely is it, do you think, they change the name of this movie? Do you really think they're just going to keep The Brave and the Bold as a Batman movie title?
I wonder if that's a little too soap opera-y.
It's also a little too inside baseball. Like, comics readers know that there used to be a series called The Brave and the Bold. Like, that's
Right.
a DC thing.
Yeah.
But like I just said, they announced Superman Legacy, and then we're like, we should just call this Superman, right? It's too confusing.
Mhm.
Yes. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, we should just call it Supergirl, right? Yes, you should. So my guess is that they will somehow put the word Batman in this title, whether it's Batman : Brave and Bold or Brave and the Bold or something like that. I feel like they're probably going to change the title of this movie. Anyway,
Right.
this was announced as a Batman and Robin movie. The Robin being featured is Damian Wayne, who has never been in live action before. Very excited about that. Because that means that there's a full Bat family out there already. That means that Dick Grayson is already Nightwing. Jason Todd, if he's alive, is already Red Hood, probably. And Tim is either also Robin or Red Robin or whatever you want to call him. And that Damian is serving as Robin.
Or
and this
they just skip a couple.
That's true. Or they just skip it and it's their own thing. But I would be kind of heartbroken if we didn't have those characters already. If I don't get if there's no Dick Grayson and Jason Todd and Tim all three of those, I'll be upset.
Fair.
I would love a Stephanie Brown. I'd love a Barbara Gordon. I want them all. I want them all to be there. Honestly, they should just like treat Batman as his own like thing. Like you're building a universe. I get it. You're building a universe. Build a Batman universe. And I guess maybe that's what Matt Reeves is doing. But Matt Reeves is doing less comic booky and more like gritty realism, right?
Yeah.
I want give me a Batman movie with Dick Grayson and show the whole evolution of this like family coming together. You know?
Well,
show that he gets kicked out and then is replaced by Jason, and then show that we get a movie of Jason dying and whatever, and then he's revealed, he comes back to life in the third one. Like, give me that shit.
Yeah,
that is made for. It's insane that they've never told that story in movies. It is fucking insane that they've never done that.
It really kind of is.
But they've never centered like the Robin story in a Batman. You could make fucking 10 Batman movies. MCU be damned. You could have a BCU. You could have a Batman cinematic universe if you just concentrate on the Bat family. No one's ever done it, and no one probably ever will now. No. But anyway.
Brian in the chat did bring up a good point. They should just title it Batman and Robin. Like, it's not like that has ever been used before or has any connotations to it.
I honestly, Brian, I had the same idea today. I was like, could they just call it Batman and Robin? And like, I know, yes, there's a much maligned movie that's already called that, but like, I know there's 3 movies called Halloween, so it's been done. You know what I mean? You could maybe get away with it. Like, how big of a difference is the Batman and Batman, or Alien and Aliens? You know, like, you can do stuff like that.
Can we at least, like, if they do go with Batman and Robin, just make sure that we have less bat nipples in it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's all I'm looking for.
All you're looking for is bat nipples?
No, all I'm looking for is no bat nipples. In absence of them.
You're constantly looking for no bat nipples.
Oh, every time I see a Batman movie, I'm just like, suit, no nipples? Good.
No nipples? Check.
It's the first check mark. Yeah.
Anyway, Christina Hodson is writing the Brave and the Bold film. Hodson is no stranger to superhero movies. She has written Bumblebee, the Transformers franchise. She's also written Birds of Prey and The Flash. Mixed bag on that last one.
Yeah.
For sure, I think.
Was that have you rewatched The Flash?
You know what? I haven't. And I think about watching it all the time.
You just don't want it to do the same. You don't want The Flash to do the same thing that happened with me with No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Correct. Although I do owe it to myself to put myself through it. Here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably still really like the first half of it. I think probably the first hour of The Flash or first hour and change, I'd probably still be into. And then when it gets insane and becomes bad CGI mishmash at the end, I feel like it would kind of start falling apart for me real hard. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. So you know what? Maybe this week I'll rewatch it so I can report next week.
You do that, sir. You do that.
However, I also think thinking about The Flash, and a lot of people are dogpiling on Christina Hodson or this movie online saying like, she wrote The Flash. Why would you put her in charge of a Batman movie? She wrote like this piece of garbage. One, I don't hate The Flash as much as a lot of people hate The Flash, but I also think that like if you're a writer in Hollywood, it's not like you get assigned a movie and you're just given a complete blank page. Like I can't, especially with like superhero stuff like this, Marvel, DC, any kind of like long running franchise, there's no way that the director or the producer or whoever hires a writer and says, do whatever you want. You know, and like the times that has happened is when times where fans get mad, like in Star Wars, when Rian Johnson got to do whatever he wants and everyone, you know, or half the fandom hated The Last Jedi or whatever. I'm pretty sure, especially with a movie like The Flash that went through such development hell for years, so many directors signing on and leaving, so many writers signing on and leaving.
Yeah.
Like there's no way when she finally accepts the job to write The Flash. That comes with so many caveats. You got to do this. You got to do this. Michael Keaton's already signed on, so you have to put him in this movie. You have to figure out a way for Michael Keaton's Batman to be in this movie. You have to figure out a way for this to happen. Like they know what they need. They know what they want to do based on all the iterations and scripts that have come before. They're like, here's all the pieces. You got to put them together, Christina Hodson. And guess what? She did. And she probably did the best that anybody could have done with, you know, sewing together the development hell of that movie. That's my opinion. I'm not an insider in Hollywood. I can't confirm any of that. That's just how I feel about the film. So there's also no word on how long she's been working on it. She could have been working on it for a long time. Some people were saying that she's been on it since the fall. I remember, Steve, you and I talking about an interview James Gunn gave a while back where he said that he just assigned a new writer to work on The Brave and the Bold. Was he talking about Christina Hodson when he said that? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows how many writers have already tried their hand at this script and not gotten the results that James Gunn has been looking for.
She's currently 1 for 2 in the DC universe because the other option was Batgirl.
That's right. She also wrote Batgirl. That's true. That got
never seen the light of day.
Yeah, and I guess we can't judge how that movie will. No, we can't judge how good that script was because we haven't seen that movie and we never will.
Yep.
So that's a bummer. Also, according to this report, Andy Muschietti, who also directed The Flash and the It movies and is working on that It spinoff TV show right now. He's done other stuff too, but he is apparently still attached to the project. Which there were a lot of rumors that he was going to be gone after The Flash kind of bombed, because I think they announced that he was going to make this movie before The Flash even came out. I think it was one of those like, we're announcing this so to try to build up hype for the thing that, you know,
that was already off the rails before it started. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I guess we'll see if he still ends up doing it. Great, but I don't know. There's always a chance he could get replaced. And last thing here, I feel like after this news, there was some scuttlebutt online, and people were accusing James Gunn of undervaluing the Batman character in his DCU because there hasn't been a Batman script like announced, or he hasn't been integrated into the fold yet. And he said something like no, I'm not undervaluing Batman. I
Right.
understand Batman is incredibly important, but excuse me, but I'm also not going to have 2 Batman movies come out in the same year.
Right.
Which is a good point, because Batman Part 2 was ready to go before Brave and the Bold was ready to go. And I think Batman Part 2 kind of deserves to come out before Brave and the Bold, considering the success of the first movie and how many people are like clamoring for the sequel. So, and he's not trying to confuse audiences. There are some people that think having 2 different actors playing Batman at the same time will be incredibly confusing for audiences. I'm not necessarily one of those people. But I totally understand wanting to avoid as much confusion as possible by not having 2 Batman movies come out in the same year. You could maybe do that if one was animated or something, but 2 live action Batman movies, one in October and one in the previous May or something, like, I don't think that's not a good idea. So he's right there for sure. And there's no way he's undervaluing Batman. He just needs to make a good Batman movie. He's not rushing out a piece of shit just to make a Batman movie, which is good. Like, I've heard him say, like, I've read interviews where he before literally talking about how important Batman movie is to his DCU, and saying like,
right. He said he didn't want to rush it because he didn't want to mess it up because it is that important.
Yeah, he said, like, if you're gonna make a Batman movie, it's got to be fucking cool as hell. It's got to be a really fucking cool Batman movie. You can't make a shitty Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make it cool. There has to be a reason for this movie to happen. So I think they're on the right track with whatever they're doing with Batman, for sure. And I think it's smart to introduce Batman theatrically in his DCU in a Batman and Robin movie. I think it's smart to pair him with Robin in a way that separates him from what Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson are doing. And also in a way that we've never seen. I can't imagine that this Robin is going to be like a mid-20-year-old like like it did with Chris O'Donnell in Batman Forever. Like, I think this Robin's going to be as young as they can make this Robin and have it work.
Makes sense.
And that's something we haven't seen before. And I think it's smart because it'll automatically make it a different Batman than the Robert Pattinson Batman. So anyway, all that's happening. Christina Hodson, I hope that you're writing a kick-ass movie. Speaking of movies that may or may not kick ass, have you seen this trailer?
I have seen this trailer, Mike.
Okay.
I wonder if we got, it looks like a couple of people in the chat have joined. So hi to X-Punisher and Pete O'Brien. And welcome aboard.
Punisher, welcome back. You've been here a lot lately.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming.
And now they get to hear us talk about whatever went down in our 1980s childhood.
Boy, they do. We got a trailer for the new Masters of the Universe movie. It was announced a while ago. I think it's produced by Amazon. Am
Something
I wrong?
like that.
I think I might. Yeah.
It's and not to be confused with the 1980s Dolph Lundgren version.
Oh, can't confuse it with that. This movie stars Nicholas Galitzine, Jared Leto, Idris Elba, Alison Brie, and others, and it comes out on June 5th, 2025.
I did not realize that was Jared Leto.
Well, yeah, because you can't see his face, which...
I mean, it kind of looks like his face.
Pretty smart move, though, I think.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
The current public opinion of Jared Leto, they are very lucky that you cannot see his face in this movie, I think.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people very excited about this trailer in my algorithm.
So hold on, let's step this back. What is your relationship with Masters of the Universe from growing up? Like how deep in the influentialness was that?
My relationship with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe when I was a child was an incredibly serious and very important relationship.
Yes.
I was a big fan of the He-Man character. I have still in my possession although I am thinking of selling them. I have quite a bit of original Masters of the Universe action figures. I have a Castle Grayskull
Oh,
in my
wow.
possession. Yep. Um, I have a lot of the toys still from my childhood. I watched the show all the time. I had a shield and a sword. I loved He-Man. You recently told us that you broke your leg or your arm jumping off your couch pretending to be He-Man. So I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like you had a similar
Yeah.
affection for the character when you were a kid.
I basically wanted to, for any of our listeners, to set the stage as to, before we dive into
Yeah.
our thoughts on this thing, just like setting the stage for where we are with
Where we coming?
He-Man.
Yes. But I will say that He-Man, like Transformers, or to a lesser extent, Ninja Turtles, not something from my youth that has really stuck with me.
Right.
I still like the Ninja Turtles quite a bit, but I don't follow them. I don't really care about Transformers. I don't really care about He-Man anymore in general. The things that stuck with me are DC, Marvel superheroes, and Star Wars. Those are things that are just in my heart forever. I don't know why they resonated and like Transformers dropped off or He-Man dropped off. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe because there weren't like He-Man didn't have like the longevity that like,
Right.
Superman or Batman had. Like they never stopped making Superman comics. They never stopped making Batman comics. I'm pretty sure there was a while where they weren't making He-Man stuff.
I mean, I think a long while. Like that was
a long while.
I mean, hell, they started making it just because it was random parts left over on the Mattel line or Kenner line or whoever the hell did it.
Yes. Yeah.
I still love that. If anyone hasn't seen the was it the Toys That Made Us?
Right.
The Netflix series. They did an episode on He-Man, and you learn all the, inside baseball on what was going on and why the hell they made it and how surprised they were that it actually worked. They were like,
that's cool.
what, we're onto something. Let's mash these things together.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, and they spun that into the, animated line and the cartoon from the 80s, and that was that.
Yeah, and I know there was a, Kevin Smith did a cartoon on Netflix, a couple seasons of that.
Yep.
There has been some maybe another animated thing recently. Like there's been some He-Man action.
Oh yeah, yeah. It seems like he's kind of the Masters of the Universe franchise has had a resurgence of late.
Yeah.
Nowhere near to it being everything in the early mid 80s.
Right. Yeah. Everything to us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought this trailer looked like shit. I think this movie looks bad. This looks like a piece of shit.
The thing that kept going through my head was how much the visuals looked like the Warcraft movie.
Whoa. Sure.
Which
yeah.
I liked much more than most people, mostly because of, ties to the lore of it. Was it a good movie? No. Did it tell a tale I wanted to see? Yes.
Yeah.
In this case, it just seemed like they were trying to go for the funny and the serious and the bad CGI and the whatever the hell they were doing of it all.
Yeah. I understand if you are somebody who does still hold He-Man and the Masters of the Universe in your heart, and you are getting a live action He-Man movie for the first time since the Dolph Lundgren one. Maybe you never thought they'd make one. You're so excited. Like, I get it. You see this and you're like, holy shit, they're doing it. That's Skeletor and that's Castle Grayskull. And that's really Man-at-Arms. Oh my God, I'm seeing Man-at-Arms live. It's like, was that Fisto? Was that Beast Man? Like, I get that. I get all of that. But it's just not there for me. So for me, I see like the dodgy CGI. I see like kind of like some hacky jokes. It just doesn't really work for me. Why? Okay. I'm not an expert on He-Man lore, right? I just know I don't know what has happened in the last 30 years. I remember what I remembered when I was a kid, right? And I have seen more recently. I didn't see the Dolph Lundgren movie until maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
For the first time. I sat and watched it.
I think I was already on the Ninja Turtles by the time that came out, so.
I think I watched it. Well, I was not allowed to see it.
Oh,
My
yeah?
mom would not let me see the Masters of the Universe movie. I was like, "Are you kidding me? How are you not letting me see this movie?" I was like livid that I
Yeah.
couldn't go see that movie. I was out of my mind. But then I watched it. I think I watched it with like Riff Tracks commentary or
Yeah.
like Mr. Science Theater commentary.
Because it's notoriously really not good.
Horrible.
Yeah.
So bad. But I think I watched it and being like, "Oh, I don't know that I would have liked it when I was a kid." And one of the reasons that I don't think I would have liked it, because it didn't feel like He-Man, is the same thing they do in this movie. Why are you putting He-Man on Earth in our human reality? I don't ever remember He-Man or Prince Adam or whoever existing on Earth. He lives in Eternia. That's where his whole life is. Just put the fucking thing in Eternia. Why does he have to come to Earth?
Don't know.
If you're gonna like do the thing, then do the thing.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass. You're like making it Thor. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it giving me Thor vibes. Like, oh, he's got to find the magic sword so he can like have the power and go to his like special land in the sky or whatever the fuck. Like, no, he should just be there all the time. Make it Star Wars.
Yeah.
This doesn't take place. It doesn't have to take place on Earth, and it shouldn't take place on Earth. It takes place in Eternia. Stay there. Show us the world of Eternia. Build it for us. I don't know. I don't even care about this movie, and that just made me so mad. I was like, he doesn't have to be on Earth at all. The
Yep.
whole thing should be in Eternia.
You know what I just found out too?
What's that, Steve?
For the next holiday season, we should expand some Patreon offerings beyond the Star Wars Christmas special, because there apparently is a He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special.
No way.
Yep, 1 hour long Christmas special.
An hour? Animated?
Yep.
An hour.
Uh-huh. Runtime 44.25. So, yep, 1 hour TV slot.
Oh boy. Okay.
Can't tell whether that's really good or really, really bad, or both. Hey, you know what? Brian in the chat, this seems to be in your... You talked about Chris Pratt's new movie that apparently is really horrible.
Yeah.
Mercy. Brian suggested that, it was bad enough that it was in his I need to go watch the shitty movie thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm wondering if I mean, I'm looking at some of the stills from his Christmas special. We may have to have Brian on to talk about this one. It's in his so bad it's bad wheelhouse.
So bad I need to know everything about it.
Yes.
That's kind of the other thing too. Like, again, if you are a diehard He-Man fan, at the end of this trailer, you're probably like, "Oh my god, he looks exactly like He-Man." But I was just like, "Ugh, he looks exactly like He-Man." You know what I mean? Like, he just kind of looks goofy with like the little furry shorts.
Yep.
And the metal thing. Like, why are you wearing that? Like, it doesn't. Like, it didn't seem like they took any attempt to like make the costume make any kind of sense. And like, maybe it's the movie. Maybe it's not that kind of movie.
Right.
We're just like, this is what it looks like, and we're embracing the wackiness of this. And like, if that's what they're doing, more power to them. And maybe I'll eventually see this movie and be like, you know what? The tone worked for me. Like it was, they knew what kind of movie they were making, and I applaud it. But this trailer makes it seem like they're taking it pretty seriously.
It does.
In a way that
they're attempting to take it more seriously while not realizing what they're showing us doesn't seem that serious.
Yeah. It didn't. Yeah.
Maybe the tone didn't match what I was watching type thing.
Yeah. I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's going to hit for me.
No,
I will end up
sorry
seeing
if
I'm offending any big Masters of the Universe fans, Motu fans out there. I'm sorry, but it's just not.
And for the record, if you are one of those folks, please let us know.
Oh my God. If you love this trailer, tell us why you loved it, please.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to see it through your eyes and see why you love it so much.
Right.
But
like I said, I'm a fan of the really, really shitty Warcraft movie. You got nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking about how I liked The Flash. Hit me up.
Not all of us can have great taste in everything. I know
I've
we sure
watched
should.
David Ayer's Suicide Squad multiple times. Let's talk about Masters of the Universe. Yeah.
These are my shitty movie takes.
I own David Ayer's Suicide Squad on Blu-ray. I have it in my collection.
I own the
Let's talk
1990s
about-
Mortal Kombat on DVD somewhere. For anyone listening, Mike might have just spit took.
I think you win.
I don't have Mortal Kombat Annihilation though, unfortunately.
Good. Did you see that movie in the theater?
Uh-huh.
Me too.
Was it as bad then as it is now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
I remember that was a movie because I saw the original Mortal Kombat in the theater too, and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
That was so cool. And then because I thought the first one was so good.
You know what? My cousin, who was 10 years older than me, I think like snuck me into the movie to watch that or something. There was some weird,
My friend and I went to see Mortal Kombat, and we bought tickets and we went into the wrong theater.
Yep.
And we didn't realize it. We just thought we were like a couple minutes late, and then we realized, oh, we've missed like the first half hour of this movie because we've gone into the wrong theater that was already showing it.
Yeah.
So we went out and then found the right theater, but then we had still missed like the beginning of the movie. So like we still never saw the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
But because I liked the first one,
the movie
my friend and I went to see the second one, and the second one was so bad that I was like, that was the first time that I was like, I think this is bad, and I might have seeing this. I think I might have been wrong about that first one too. And now I think the first one's bad based on what this is.
I don't know. Travis in the chat's good with us. He's, in 95 Mortal Kombat is actually a decent movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Also, as you can expect, Brian still owns Annihilation on VHS.
Of course he does. VHS. When's the last time you whipped that one out, Ryan?
I actually, you know what? I was talking this weekend about like, I don't have I have a pile of tapes and no VCR.
I have a VCR that
and no
my
tapes?
wife. I do have some, but I sell them at cons.
Right.
I'm trying to get rid of them. My wife every once in a while wants me to get rid of it, and I'm like, no. What if no? Like you can't buy one of these now.
Yeah.
Like this is something that only exists here. Like it's history.
It should be in a museum, Mike.
Well, I have once or twice used it to convert a VHS thing to a digital. Like I have a converter thing that I can use with it.
Yep.
So I keep it in case I ever want to do that again, really. But how the hell did we start talking about VCRs? I have no.
Brian's
He-Man.
Brian's Annihilation.
Brian's collection Annihilation, Mortal Kombat. Okay.
I have all the old Disney 80s movies and 90s movies on VHS.
Oh wow.
Just piles of them. And I went to look them
up.
The
clamshells, like the big thick ones. Woo, you might be able to sell those for some good money. Some of those are like worth some money. You checked?
Yeah, I looked at some of them like $20, whatever. I'll probably offload them for whatever they need be. But any of the big ones, I do have the Little Mermaid with the Wang on it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Cool. Congratulations.
I know. It's the highlight of my night when I saw that. I was like, oh, that's a...
Oh, yep. There's that Wang.
Stop selling that for good reason in hindsight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to say about the Masters of the Universe trailer, Steve?
I don't know. Like, part of me is almost excited to see this come out, possibly for how bad it is.
Yeah.
And who knows? It might actually be good. Like, maybe that first look trailer was like, CGI needs some dusting up. Maybe we'll make it somewhat believable. Maybe that first trailer was, hey, we're on Earth to try and ground some people that, like, I can't imagine there's anyone that is going to see this that isn't a 40-plus-year-old man.
Yeah. Yeah, or a kid that just saw it and
Right.
likes the bright colors and the
Saw Battle
fantasy of
Cat
it
and
or
wanted to
whatever.
go see a giant
Yeah,
CGI kitty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think the more that I thought about how they're incorporating Earth, the more I got upset about it. Like I clearly
Yeah.
got heated a moment ago when I was talking about it. I feel like it's just like I don't know, like Star Wars,
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Dune. Like these are movies that take place not in our universe, not in our galaxy, not on our planet, and people love them. Like
Yeah.
do the work.
Paul Atreides
Do the
didn't
work.
start in Nebraska.
Yes, exactly. And we don't need it's like we don't need those characters to have started on Earth to care about them.
Right.
Like do the work. Tell us about Eternia. Tell us why it's there. Tell us how long it's been there. Like build the world for us
Mhm.
and we will buy into it and we will be there. Like I think now that I'm really thinking about it, the fact that they have to tie it, that they feel like they have to tie it to Earth is partially what is giving me no faith in this movie. Because
Yeah,
like
I
they
can see
don't
that.
believe in the property enough to actually put it where it needs to be and introduce it the way it needs to be introduced. Like, oh no, we have to tie it to Earth so people will understand it. Well, that's just lazy writing. That's
Right.
lazy writing. Sorry. If George Lucas can make me care about a kid who lives on a desert planet in the middle of nowhere, two robots walking around, like, then great. He
Yeah.
did a great job. If James Gunn can make me care about a talking raccoon and a talking goddamn tree, then you should be able to make me care about Prince Adam and Battle Cat and Orko.
Yeah.
Or whoever the fuck we're talking. You know what I mean? Like, do the work, Hollywood. And you didn't.
Nope.
So anyway, that's my stance. That's my hard stance on the Masters of the Universe trailer. Take that. Take that, Hasbro.
In prime 80s things that you
Mattel.
will 100% appreciate, it was Mattel
Yeah.
because they were trying to get a
Okay.
Star Wars license and didn't want to front the $750,000 to get it, so they made Masters of the Universe. Hindsight
That's right.
worked out well for them, not quite as well.
Could have been a big risk for sure.
In the 80s, Travis.
Hasbro is a funnier title though.
It is true.
Like I say. More fun to say.
Apparently, Travis had a TMNT tape which at one point had one of your favorites, one Paul Rubens as Pee Wee Herman, holding up a vial of crack and telling you why you shouldn't do it.
What? Wait.
There's a
in an episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Where was this?
Like a commercial insert on it, like in the show type thing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an animated
A vial of crack?
Yep.
Wow. They sell crack in vials? Are there people walking around with like, you know?
Not really big on the crack scene, my friend. It's not quite in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Travis, I need to see that. I need to see that commercial. I just plainly do. If there's a link,
yeah, if you can find that, we'll do that at Brian's Annihilation movie night at the Salt Bay Library.
Yeah, I'll also post it on our social media. If you can send me a link to that or any kind of video of that.
He said you can find it on YouTube.
Okay. Thanks, Travis. Will do. Steve's looking it up right now.
Yep.
I can't wait to see it. I do love me some Paul Rubens. I do love me some Pee Wee Herman, as you can see from that guy right there.
Yeah.
Left in the frame.
I always forget.
I thought I had lost him. He was like, what's that?
I always forget. Like every time I think about like the show, how many actors were in that show?
Pee-wee's Playhouse? Oh,
like
yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne was in goddamn Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to someday in the future show The Matrix to my son and like pause it on Morpheus and be like, who's that? Who's that? And have him be like, what are you talking? I don't know who that is. I'll be like, ah, yeah, you do. Cowboy Curtis, motherfucker.
God.
I saw an interview with I almost said I saw an interview with Cowboy Curtis. I saw an interview with Lawrence Fishburne.
Yep.
Where he was asked about being on Pee-wee's Playhouse or like how he got to be on Pee-wee's Playhouse. and he said that his agent or whoever just like told him like, yeah, you're playing a cowboy. And so like he went in and like played it like super serious, like rough and tumble
Yeah.
cowboy guy, like attitude, tough guy kind of thing. And that they were like, they cut or whatever. And then I think it was either, Phil Hartman was like part of the
Right.
creative engine of that show, I think. But it was either him or Paul Rubens that went up to him and was like, can you try it like a little lighter, like, like you're like more fun and like more, like kinder and just like a little more gentle. And Lawrence Fisher went, you mean like for kids? Like, yeah, yes. Can you like for kids? Like it is a children's television show.
Oh.
Would it change the whole vibe of that show if every time Cowboy Curtis showed up, he was like,
like Clint
swigging
Eastwood's,
whiskey and
deadpan, like
flipping his guns around?
yeah. Fistful of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
The good, the bad, and the Pee-wee. Be great.
Yeah. I forgot Phil Hartman was also Captain Carl.
Yeah, he was Captain Carl, only for the first season.
And
they had a falling out, apparently. The two
oh,
of them.
really?
Yeah.
Natasha Lyonne had a recurring role in that too, apparently.
Right. She was one of the kids.
It's crazy. Crazy to think about, like, who was on that show.
Yeah. Also, Rob Zombie was a production assistant for like one of the
really?
seasons. Yeah.
Apparently,
talks about it.
Jimmy Smits was at least on there at some point.
I think you're right. Yeah.
The internet wouldn't lie to me, Mike.
No, it wouldn't. Yeah, I love Paul Rubens and Pee-wee's Playhouse, and if anyone else does and hasn't seen the HBO Max documentary, Pee-wee as himself, that came out last year, it's 2 parts, and it is incredible.
Nice.
If you love Pee-wee Herman or Paul Rubens, it is 1000% worth your time. It will make you cry. So good. He's very candid about his life and his relationships in a way that he never was in any other situation. Steve, did you find the commercial of him holding up a vial of?
Oh yeah, it's there.
Oh, okay.
Just Google Paul Rubens crack PSA.
Okay, crack PSA. Can't wait.
It worked for me. I don't know.
Awesome. Can't wait. What else can't I wait for? Is this Wednesday's comic book day? Is that true? Am I just using it as a segue? I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Because there's definitely one on there I know you want.
There's one for sure. This week in your local comic book store, you will absolutely find the following: Absolute Batman number 16, Absolute Flash number 11, Absolute Martian Manhunter number 8, and Absolute Wonder Woman number 16. Woo! Amazing Spider-Man Annual 2026 number 1, Be Not Afraid number 5, Creep Show number 5, DC Supergirl Next Door number 1, Detective Comics 1105, Dick Tracy number 15, Marvel's The End 2099 number 2, Feral number 20, The Flash number 29, Flow number 5, Green Lantern 31, Harley and Ivy Life and Crimes number 3, Harley Quinn Elvira number 4, Hello Darkness 18, Infernal Hulk number 3, Iron Man number 1, Justice League Red number 6, Justice League Unlimited number 15, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 42, Punisher Red Band number 5, Return to Sleepy Hollow number 3, Skinbreaker number 5, Sonya Reborn. I didn't write the number down, but she's out there, folks. Sorcerer Supreme number 2, Superman 34, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones number 4, Thundercats 23, and Void Rivals 26. Yes, Steve, you are correct in that I am very excited about Absolute Martian Manhunter, even though I bought issue 7 and haven't read it yet. I do plan on buying issue 8 and reading both of them back to back.
It's a good better to do that than to read 8 before 7.
Oh, definitely won't be doing that. What am I, crazy? Not sure if I'm picking up anything else. That DC Supergirl Next Door, I think, is their Valentine's Day anthology that they do every year.
Yep.
So those are always fun. I might grab that.
I'm surprised Feral is at 20 already.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's been around longer than I thought. Yeah, plus a new Iron Man #1.
Yeah, I'm curious
I feel like-
what. I didn't see anything about that one.
Unless it's wrong, but
No, it's coming out. Iron Man #1. Might be early. Says March 26 on this, but
oh, really?
that might be a different Iron Man #1. I don't know.
Why was it on the site that I saw? I'm not going to bother to look it up now.
Oh, that's why I was excited about it. Josh Williamson's writing it.
Oh, cool.
So,
well, sorry. I guess if it's not coming out till March, I don't know why it was that I was looking at that had
no,
books coming out January 28th.
It says January 28th on the different site. So, what the hell?
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I feel like wasn't there just a relaunch of Iron Man like a year ago?
I think there was with the like post X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
Because for a while it was like he was way too tied into the Emma and the Emma of it all.
Yeah. Well, they had their own miniseries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stark and Frost or whatever.
Yeah, because there was a good bit that was like overlapping into his mainline book, and then they split it off into something else, and I don't know.
Yeah. You pulling Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman still, or just
Batman and Wonder Woman, and then Skinbreaker 5 is coming up.
That's right. Yeah, you're really into Skinbreaker. That's
yeah,
cool.
And I've only got 2 more books to worry about because it's a 6 issue from Kirkman and done.
Perfect time to jump off. That's great. Love it. I think I said this already, but I'm pretty mad that I missed the second issue of Harley Quinn Elvira. I read the first issue. I thought it was great.
Yep.
Very funny and definitely like understood those two characters and how they would kind of interact. Then I missed #2, and so I haven't bothered getting 3. I probably won't get 4, but I probably will get a collected edition when it comes out.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah.
I did start reading my Invincible trades that I picked up. I only got like 3 pages in, but I technically started reading them.
You did start. Congratulations. I started, I read a little bit more Sex Criminals. I mentioned I got that for Christmas. It's still very good.
Who did you get it from?
Oh, my wife.
Okay. I was thinking, like, my brain's going through, like, I wonder if he had it on, like, a wish list and, like, his mom got it for him, and then that'd be really weird. And
I made a Christmas list because, like, we do this for each other where, like, we make Christmas lists, we send it to each other, and then, like, I take stuff and I send some stuff to her mom and I send some stuff to my mom or whatever, you know, like, we divvy things up, kind of.
Why in the hell have I never thought of doing that?
I don't know. Well, Rachel's mom demands a list. She's like, we need a Christmas list because my wife's family only buys from lists. And my side of the family will do some lists, but do some like, I think he will like it kind of thing. My wife's family, if it's not on a list, we're not buying it for you.
Very, very empirical.
Yes. Yeah. So like, if there's something I really want, I'll be like, maybe you could send this one to your mom instead of sending it to my mom.
Yeah.
Because I know she'll get it for me if it's on a list.
Yep.
But when I sent my wife my Christmas list and I had a book called Sex Criminals on it, I included a note that said, maybe you should be the one to get this for me if you're going to get it for me. Maybe don't send this one to either of our parents.
That'd be, yeah.
Yeah, don't buy me. Yeah, I don't want you to tell your mom to buy me a book called Sex Criminals.
No, and knowing your mother-in-law makes it even better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
God, that'd be amazing.
So yeah, that continues to be good. I also, I'm proud of you for reading. You should be proud of me too. I finally started reading my backlog of Birds of Prey books. I'm like almost probably 10 books behind on Birds of Prey. Still really great. Love it. Loving every second of it.
That was me with TMNT and Transformers last week. When I caught up on those, I was like, oh, that's a stack of holy shit. But they were both good too. So I'm glad I'm glad our backlogs are of, you know what? I think that's half of what I do. I don't have, because I know it's going to be good, I don't really have that urgency to read it because I know I'm going to keep pulling it.
Right.
And whereas, like, if I get a new number 1 or something, I'm like, well, I got to read this to know if I need to get number 2.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, because also, like, you're like, oh man, I have this whole stack, but then you're like, ooh man, I have this whole stack. I can read
Right.
like a whole arc.
Yep.
You know? But the problem is that I get caught up, but then I let it lapse more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I keep going through cycles of like, I should just cancel this. I'm not reading this. And then I finally pick it up. I'm like, whoa, it's good. I'm not going to cancel it. And I'm just like, but you're not reading them. They're just piling up, dude. So, I don't know. It's a vicious cycle.
I need to start like lining up when arcs are done. So nowadays you can usually read ahead, like figure out a way to know, all right, you know, issues 1 through 6 are this, issues 7 through 12 are the next run. So that I either read to or catch up at a point where it's like, all right, this is a good jumping on or off point. I can cut my pull, or I can keep going. Like, do I want to read the next? But usually it ends up being like, I'll randomly miss issue like 17 that's dead nuts in the middle of something, and I'm like, well, shit, and then it just keeps piling up, like you said, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm reading 17 through 24. Cool.
I really feel like I should like Poison Ivy is. I just caught up on Poison Ivy, and they just put out like an annual, and that you know, an annual can a lot of times be like a capper of story, or a tease for the next thing, but like probably pretty good place to jump on or off something on an annual. And I didn't, so now I'm like, I got an annual and I got 2 more books that I haven't read for Poison Ivy. I'm like, I'm just getting right back into this cycle. I should have dropped off, but then I'm like, 100%. It's really good. But then I'm like, where am I going to put all these books? All my boxes are full. Anyway, it's not really a one shot because it's not a story. But I wrote this under one shots because I wanted to remind everybody that Wonder Man drops on Disney Plus this Tuesday, 27th. A 8 episode premiere, or whatever they called it, right? 6 or 8 episodes. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of episodes, for anyone who still remembers our first story we talked about with Maul, that they're actually releasing 2 a week.
2 a week.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I saw the release schedule for it. I don't know, probably earlier today or something, but it's like, I thought it was originally just a 2 drop, and then, you know, every week, to the first week, to the second week, to the third week, to the fourth week.
Wow. And that's it? 4 weeks? It's kind of surprising. I guess why would they want to rush through it like that?
Because the day it ends is May 4th.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get that, but I also don't. Just like keep putting it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Use May the 4th to have people jump onto your series that's still going on. I don't know. But yeah, you want to have a big finale on May the 4th. So people are talking about Star Wars. Maybe that's the thing too. I don't know. Anyway,
as
Wonder
if they
Man.
weren't going to be prior on May the 4th.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I've heard some good stuff about Wonder Man. I've saw people that got advanced screenings of it or whatever saying like, hey, what I've seen of Wonder Man so far is really good. Like, they make you invested in this character in a way that they haven't in a while. Like, they ground it in a way that connects you to this guy. It's good. You should watch this. It's unlike anything they've ever done.
And we're going to end up in a Thunderbolt situation where it was really good and nobody ever saw it.
And no one cares. Yeah, it's really good and no one watches it because you gave us a bunch of stuff that wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So we're feeling out.
Yeah, you've bitten the hand that feeds way too many times at this juncture. So
yeah, for sure. And that's all I got to say. Do you got anything else, Steve?
No, I'd say feel free to check us out on socials. Many thanks to all you folks who joined us in the chat tonight.
Totally. Big thanks. Thank you.
If you're in there and you're not already, please like, subscribe, leave us a note, chat with us. I think we still have not gotten a non-Neapolitan cookie recipe. If anyone wants to bring that back.
I would totally bring that back. The thing is, like, if you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and you in your 5-star review, you give us a recipe for a meal or something that's relatively easy to make, relatively easy. We will make that thing and we will eat it while we're podcasting. That is a promise, unless you give us something that's like so incredibly complicated, like a Neapolitan Italian cookie that takes days to create. No, not that. Something simple. We'll make it and eat it on the podcast. That's our promise to you. So give us a 5-star review. Sorry, Steve. Were you done with your wrap up?
I think so. I don't know. It was so long ago at this point. I can't remember. I think we're in good shape, though.
I just wanted the people to know. I wanted them to know the rules. We'll eat it.
The qualifications yeah.
Yes.
I think we're on to something.
And that's it. So yeah, check us out on socials. Drop us a line. If there's any more 80s celebrities doing funny anti-crack ads, let us know. I'm sure there's a Mr. T. There's got to be. Wasn't Mr. T doing that all the time? He was doing a ton of like it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I guarantee it. He was everywhere.
Stay off drugs. That kind of thing. There's tons of those out there. Anyway, what am I talking about? Saying goodbye. Okay, so thanks for hanging out in the chat. It means a lot. And until next week, as the two suns set over the burnt corpses of Owen and Beru Lars, we say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.